So would I have heard John's racket?
I was yelling.
So that last bit, right?
Uh-huh.
At the end of that last bit, Casey is going to grab the intercom, just go, "We got some company off the right, left side. We got some train robbers. Show them what we mean."
All right.
There's a bunch of hoots and hollers.
Yeah.
At this point, Jaren's kind of had the mana surge level out a bit, so he's not really full of energy anymore. He's kind of like more level-headed.
Yeah.
So he's kind of like sticks his arm out the window and kind of like prepares his arm just in case.
Okay, so this is going to be a skills challenge.
Heck yeah.
So, the goal here of the skills challenge, as you hear a shot ring out and you see a Molotov cocktail kind of shatter against the side of the train, only about half shatter. It didn't make it into anything. It wasn't very effective.
Mm-hmm.
And you're gonna hear some howling and shit. Is prevent the train from getting overrun by gnolls. And also, tertiary, when you get up to the switching station, don't die.
Ooh,
Oh,
that's
a
gonna be
good.
tough.
That's a good tertiary goal.
Yeah.
Don't die is a secondary goal. Okay. So we got to roll initiative for this, right?
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Alrighty. Patton rolled a 10.
Remember to add the +1. 9.
Jesus, rolling good.
12.
Shit.
John rolls 11.
20 total. Got a 17
Alrighty.
that time.
So, this is nice actually. Now that you guys have access to it, please write down your own score in the turn order thing on Roll20.
Do we have any others besides our half-level bonus to initiative?
No.
Okay.
Other than anything else that you might have on you, like any skills.
Wait, didn't someone just say that we got a +1?
Yeah.
okay.
You always
Well, no,
have
from our
the
half
floating
level.
+1 for me.
That'll just be built in on your character sheet.
Wait,
All
I thought your
the
+1 was perception, not initiative.
Oh yeah.
yeah, it is.
My bad.
Okay.
What I mean is, like, for example, Patton's got an initiative bonus from his armor, right? Or something like that.
Okay, that's tough.
Maybe?
Uh,
Maybe. I don't remember.
Yeah, I knew we got a +1 to perception from Elias. Someone said we got to initiative too, so
I was wrong.
that's not a thing.
Alright. So,
yeah, my thing is something about saving throws, so it doesn't matter.
What was your initiative, Doctor?
It was 10.
It's showing up.
Also, it's Dr. Doc. Thank you very much.
yeah, you wrote it in on Roll20 as 69, you
It's been
fucking memer.
Nice.
Nice.
So, as you ride into the night with the light from these dirt bikes illuminating the faces of these gnolls wearing strapped together plate and leather armor, with the plates being made of random car parts and things.
Hell yeah.
John, what you gonna do? There's a lot of them, by the way.
There's a lot
like-
of them.
Yeah, there's a non-insignificant number.
It's like more than 10?
Yeah, there's
You
a lot
think-
of them on dirt bikes, and then you see a couple of clearly boarding vehicles.
Yeah, it sounds like they're ready to take this train with like shocking force. Like there's nothing we can do about it, kind of force. So
Please tell me that their boarding vehicles is like a pickup truck with wooden boards on it that they just kind of drive
Yeah,
up.
that is pretty much exactly it. It's basically
Oh, yeah.
old beat up pickup trucks with a rope ladder and shit that they throw on.
all right,
Nice.
so we're in pretty flat, pretty open area. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to run to the back of the train car, hop up on top of it, and start taking like shots with my revolver at him.
Hell yeah.
That's an intimidate check.
Oh, just like warning shots?
I'm gonna shoot at him, but like I can't
Yeah.
roll combat at him.
Right, okay. You're trying to scare them off with some
Yeah,
show
if I
of
hit
force.
one, that's great, but like I want him to back off.
Hell yeah.
So that's holy shit! It's a 20. Also, I rolled a 12 there.
Alright.
This
So,
needs to keep happening.
let me just, let me write this up. real quick. This is going to be a bit harder of one, right? I didn't specify the level and all that. This is going to be...
You don't have to
You
tell
gotta-
us.
Well, no, I do. You need to know how close you are to failing and succeeding at any given time.
Oh.
This is going to be 8 to succeed, 3 to fail,
Jeez.
Okay.
right?
Not the worst odds.
So, what did you roll? 20 flat?
20. Yeah.
20
I
flat?
got 12 plus
Okay.
8.
So, blue will be the successes here. Red will be failures. So you got 1 success. So, you take a quick, you bust out of the back of the train, take a quick pot shot at one of the drivers that was taking a bit too long to catch up with everybody, and they just fall flat on their face. The person on their back hops off, like on their back seat, hops off, jumps from that dirt bike onto one of the trucks as the dirt bike collapses underneath them, skitters, goes wild, and the knoll just flops onto the train tracks.
Sick.
Nice.
A couple of them seem to be slowing down a little bit, the stragglers, but you can see a large car behind you, like riding directly on the tracks, kind of straddling it. A large black vehicle with a cow catcher on the front that's clearly not a train, and on the very top you can see a bugbear. He's just standing.
Oh, shit.
He's standing, arms crossed. He's got a just like shit. How do I want to describe this armor?
Intimidating.
Yeah, I know what it looks like, but imagery hard.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's wearing a like riot cop helmet and a bunch of like metal armor with street signs and things plastered over top of it. And you see him uncross his arms, point straight ahead, and just shout in some language that you're not entirely sure what it is. And you see a couple of the dirt bikes pop wheelies. You hear some wild howling as they charge forward.
So he's Lord Humongous, is what you're getting at here.
Pretty much, basically, yeah.
Awesome. All right, who's up next?
Next up would be Jiron.
Raul.
All right. So I'm going to stick my head out the window a little bit further, get my eyes on the lead pickup truck, or the closest one to me.
Yeah.
And I'm going to yell at Zep, so we got some train robbers here. See, I've heard of these before, but I can't really see them. Let's shine a light on them. And this light is going to be absurdly bright.
Alrighty.
And would that be...
That sounds like an Arcana roll to me.
Yeah, it looks like Arcana, so let's roll it.
Yeah, if you're doing it with magic.
That's going to be a 28.
28? Alright. So, another thing to mention, with how far out you guys are, the mana is thin to non-existent at this point. It is very thin, right? Any of you guys that aren't basically anybody that isn't John is going to need to grab a mask from somewhere if you want to go outside.
Okay.
Luckily there are a couple, but you're gonna have to convince somebody to let you use them.
Yeah, I'm kind of like just...
That doesn't
relying on my
necessarily need
jacket.
to be a roll, but just run it out, right?
Yeah, I'm relying on my jacket. Once I do, I'm going to like roll back inside the train just like...
Yeah. So
So,
Zep
blind.
flies out of the open window, is struggling to keep pace, right? Kind of wedges himself in between the window, and you see his camera just light up, and just a massive floodlight goes right at one of these trucks, right as some guys, like, it gets illuminated, and you see a couple of gnolls with a rope bridge ready to throw it. They all cover their eyes and start, fall backwards. A couple of them fall off of the truck. The truck itself slows down and starts driving a bit erratically, but hasn't quite, flipped yet or anything like that.
Okay.
You have successfully stopped them from, boarding the fucking train.
Sweet.
Next up, Patton.
Okay, so would history be something I could roll to? Because I've probably encountered, dirt bikes, vehicles like these.
Mm-hmm.
To try and remember, because I know history is not so much remembering.
Yes.
It's
But,
knowledge.
Yeah. Anything, any other previous encounters I've had with these types of vehicles, like what they could safely drive over, what you could do to easily kind of like get something to.
So,
like
this could work
important things
if you
about these.
change the framing. History is about historical events and information, right? If you're calling back to your knowledge of, a time
This
a time
probably
in the
isn't
past.
the first time.
Yes, a time in the past where where these sort of vehicles were tested and originally found and research was done into them, yada yada yada, then sure.
Mhm.
That could work. But if you're just talking about like personal experience, not so much. You're gonna have to go for more of a historical, historian bent. Think of it as the difference between saying like, yeah, I remember when I got into this fight and learned this thing, and going, I read, The Art of War. That's the difference there, right?
Yeah. All right. So, so let's go with history to try and figure out the best way, like the weakest part of these shitty trucks that they've rebuilt, like the tires or the axle. Like, is there something fucked up with steering generally?
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good enough.
And then I'm going to go ahead and, if I can recall, I rolled an 8. Oh, God. 8 plus 12. Just hit 20.
Yep, you just barely. So,
right.
What you would know about these sort of things, right, is you take a look at them, you look at the models, you look at all of that. These things are old. These things should be on the verge of falling apart. Right?
Yeah.
So, odds are, whatever they've done to them is going to be keeping them just barely functioning. Instead of dealing with the people on them, you might be better suited just trying to take out the vehicles. Because those are going to go down easier than a bunch of gnolls.
Nice.
Gnolls are hardy little fuckers.
I'll go ahead and shout this out to the people on board the train.
Yeah, like target the wheels, target yada yada, right?
Yeah, go for the trucks over the gnolls.
Yep. Alright. Next up, Elias.
Okay. I got a quick question about about how Specky works, because I have an elaborate idea that I'm not sure if you'll allow.
Sure.
I know Specky can absorb extra mana. So what I'm wondering is, can I have Specky like quickly absorb a bunch of mana, hop onto like my back or my arm, and give me a little boost, like start funneling it into me as I leave the train, so I don't have to grab a mask?
Yes, actually.
Okay.
Okay, at first I thought you were gonna go more of a jetpack route.
No, no, not
It's
a
like
jetpack.
if you
want a battery backpack, yeah, that you can do that.
Yeah, that's what. Okay, so I'm gonna say I'm gonna tell Specky backpack.
All right, he's going to hop up onto your shoulder, right? To anybody, it looks like he's just got 2 paws on each of your shoulders and it's kind of dangling like
I
his
am
feet
still
are loose.
shirtless, by the way.
Right? What's actually happening is the little the underside of his paws opens up. You just kind of feel thunk, thunk.
Yeah.
The little suckers attached to your back.
I'm gonna
And
tell him inhale. Grab.
Yeah. He's going his back is going to split open a bit, and his mouth is going to open, and he's just going to start sucking a ton of the mana out of this room.
Mm-hmm.
Right, like on a bit of overdrive.
Yeah.
It's not something he can normally do, just all the time. But you're in a closed environment.
Right, that's what I figured. There's an excess.
He's going to balloon up a little. He's going to balloon up a little bit to the point where there's a, his tissue is going to start spilling over his back a little bit.
Yeah.
Right, he's kind of bursting at the seams, and then he's just going to start funneling it into you.
Okay, and for my actual roll, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hop up onto the top of one of these things and see if there's like a bike or a car with like an open roof. And I'm gonna try and jump to it.
Hell yeah!
You mad, man?
I really hope this works better than the stink bomb did.
This sounds like acrobatics to me.
Yes, it is acrobatics, which I happen to be trained in.
Yes.
Nice.
So I'm gonna use Specky to like give me a quick boost to help enhance all of my senses, basically.
Yeah, and also keep you not dead.
And I'm gonna use Elven Accuracy to re-roll that.
Let's see if Elven Accuracy works that way.
Does it? No, it's an attack roll.
Huh.
I'm gonna action point re-roll it.
Do you have an action point left?
Yes,
Did
I
you use
didn't
one in
use
the
an
last
action
fight?
point. I did not use an action point last fight.
Okay.
Fuck. My rolls are garbage. I'm not even gonna tell you what that was.
Get new dice like I did.
Rest in
I've
peace,
won on every
Elias.
single roll except for the 2 1s that I
Okay,
rolled.
that is going to be. Wait, I'm trained. So. Oh god, 10.
10 total?
No, 20 total.
What?
I rolled a 10, so it's a 20 total.
You guys keep just making it. So,
Don't
you
scare
aren't
me like
all
that,
the way.
Elias.
You aren't all the way back. There's still several cars back,
Yeah.
which is a good thing because it dawns to you as you're jumping. Hey, wait! I don't know how to drive a car, really.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up.
Only
Later.
John and Doc do.
I didn't actually learn how to
Does
drive.
John know how to drive a car?
Yeah, I remember we learned.
So you jump onto the pickup that got slowed down by Giron there. Pretty much the only people left is one person in the back and the driver.
Uh-huh.
You land in the back, right?
Yep.
The Knoll looks over at you,
Uh-huh.
shouts something at the driver. You guys start going quicker, and he takes up like a boxing stance.
Yeah, I'm gonna get ready to punch this dude in the fucking face.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
All right. Next up, John. Also, at the top of the round. So, talking about things that have happened so far, right?
Mhm.
So, currently, Casey is at the controls. You hear him shouting for Tony to wake his lazy ass up. Tony stumbles out of the bathroom with a bottle in his hand. He is clearly drunk.
Great.
Fantastic.
Casey yells for Tony to take the controls, and Casey is going to hop up onto the roof.
Does he have an actual filter this time?
Yes,
Oh wait, did Casey not see me make that sweet jump?
he
He
probably
probably
did
didn't.
through the rear view mirrors and
okay.
things. The other thing that you're going to notice is for Giron hasn't left the train yet in any way, really.
Yeah, he
Right?
hasn't. He just stuck his
Yeah,
head.
I'm still kind of recovering from that little
So
stunt
Molly-
I pulled.
Molly is going to run to the front of the train, grab a couple of the filters, shout up at Casey to be careful, for the love of God, run over, toss a filter at Giron there, then poke her head outside, look over at Elias, and shout, "Catch."
Whoops.
She throws one to you.
Alright, sorry.
Uh,
Discord just crashed for me for a second. I'm back now.
Alright, what did you miss?
I heard poke her head out.
Yeah, she pokes her head out and throws the small rebreather your way. The little gas mask.
To me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'll catch it because I guess it'll help supplement.
Yeah.
I guess I'll catch it with one hand while I'm still getting ready to square up with this knoll.
Yeah. Everybody is kitted up to start this. Also, you're going to hear over the comms, we're coming up on the switching station. This ain't looking good, guys. Alright. Who's up next?
John is
John?
up next.
Yeah,
So-
top of the round.
So, top of the round.
Now John's gonna be like Spider-Man and go to the front of the train and push it back.
Yes. So, you guys are coming up quickly. You're quickly getting in towards town, right? The switching station is massive. It is sprawling, right? There are several lanes of tracks here, right? And the thing that you notice if you look out the front is that a lot of the tracks have derelict trains on them.
Ooh.
That's good.
So,
Are any in our way?
yes,
I see.
you're going at speed. So, you guys are going to need to find a way to get through this maze of trains without crashing. Basically, there are tracks everywhere that have... If you know the way a train switching station works, the tracks constantly overlap,
Yeah.
right?
And you hit the switches as you go too.
Yeah, you hit the switches as you go to change which track you're going to go onto, and they spread out kind of like tree branches. It's not just one section and then you're stuck. There's constant sections to switch between the various tracks, but it's looking like a bit of a maze.
And there's like hand switching things
Yeah.
on the ground and stuff to switch the tracks. All right.
Oh, cool. That means I've got a good idea for my next roll.
All right, next up, John.
John. So, how fast is this bugbear coming up behind us? Is he, like, going to
He's
make it
coming-
to the train anytime soon?
No, he seems to just be overlooking.
Darn.
He's keeping a pretty reasonable clip. Also, his little war vehicle here is, as I should explain, it's a big rig.
Oh,
It's pretty much just a big rig with a cow catcher on the front, and on the back, instead of a cargo container, it is just a large flat surface
Oh,
Darn.
oh, good.
with a couple of side walls and hand railings and things. But if you look behind, you can see some gear on it and some dudes.
Oh, good.
Yeah. It's very dark, so it's hard to see what color it is other than black. Oh wait, it's probably just black. Also, if you get a good look at the side, there's a high chance that there's some bitchin' flames.
Hell yeah.
Now we're mixing player knowledge and character knowledge.
Yeah.
All right. So, last roll, I jumped up on top of the train and started shooting at people. That's done. I shot at people. Now I'm going to get up to the front of the train and help deal with this next problem.
Yep.
I want to run along the top of the train, kind of hopping between cars as an endurance check.
Nice. Yeah, while avoiding being shot at or
Yes.
occasionally taking a spear to the side and just shrugging it
Yeah,
off and
not
shit
getting
like that.
set on fire and all that.
Yeah.
just a quick question: How fast is the train moving?
So, the train's moving at a pretty fast clip, and by that I mean about 45.
Okay. I just wanted to know.
Yeah.
Woohoo! Got a 19 after my
19
bonus.
total?
That's a 28.
Oh, 28? Well, congratulations. So,
You
yeah,
won.
you're running along across the top of the train, you're jumping from car to car, you take a Molotov just straight to the jaw. It shatters, hands up, covering, you just shrug it right off, like your beard gets singed a little bit, but you're just running through it.
John's
Nice.
bandana's a little on fire now.
Yeah, just a little on fire.
God damn, that's cool.
That's badass.
So he makes it to the very front of the train, standing basically directly above the conductor area.
Yeah.
On some flat part of that car.
Yep. So, next up, Jiron, aka Raul, aka Jerry,
All right, so
aka
I
Don't
was-
Touch Me, I'm Famous.
so would it be feasible to? Well, here's what I'm gonna try and do. I'm gonna swing up onto the roof with my chain. And
hell yeah.
I'm going to project an image of a massive golem. One that I've seen before.
Ooh.
Okay.
As an intimidating check there?
Interesting.
I was thinking more bluff.
Oh, yeah, that works too.
And I'm going to, have this golem try and, project an image of swinging down at these cars. So I'm going to roll bluff on it. If I fail this, I swear to God. Okay, so that's going to be 14 plus 8 is 22, so that's a success.
Yay.
I would have had to roll lower than at least 6.
How are we this competent?
Remember the time in the other game we played where we won 7 times in a row and then lost 3? Man, that was pretty cool, wasn't it?
Don't say this.
So, yeah, out of seemingly nowhere, the image of the large golem is going to just come out of the earth and start swinging, and a couple of the dirt bikes are going to swerve out of the way, at which point they catch onto rocks, and then the riders roll off into the dirt.
They eat shit, essentially.
Sweet.
Yeah, they eat shit. So, next up, Patton, you're getting very close to this station.
Okay, so how many people are still chasing us?
Right now you've got a couple of trucks, probably literally 2, the main war machine back there, and then you've got Elias on the truck going all hand to hand. There's another truck that's mostly disabled, but's got Elias on it.
Is that semi-truck really close to us? With all the people on the back, is it getting in closer?
It's getting in a little bit closer. Also, on the truck that Elias is on, you can see, with your AUG vision shit, right? That one didn't just have, cables and things to latch onto. You look down, oh, hey, that's the truck that's rigged to blow.
What?
What?
Say that.
So the
say
truck
that
that's
one again.
towards us.
There's a couple of propane tanks,
Well,
strapped underneath the thing.
Underneath the truck that's coming in towards us.
Yeah, the one that Elias is on.
No.
Oh,
He's got the situation handled, though.
No. Yeah, but I'm not going to know that there's
boy.
propane underneath this thing.
I mean, not unless somebody yells it out at you.
That throws a monkey wrench into my plans.
What, you were going to shoot the truck that I'm on?
Not... Yes.
Okay, first of all...
You might want to do something... Hey, look. You're hitting the switching station. Oh, look, most of the tracks are covered with derelict trains. Oh, look, it's dark out. You can't see very well which track is currently set up.
All right. Oh boy. I'm Patton's trying to think. Elias looks like he has this under control. I'm gonna sprint on over to the front of the train from the inside because I don't need to go outside of the goddamn train.
Yeah.
I'm not a madman. I'm gonna run up to the front, and I'm gonna kind of VR. AR zoom enhance, apply a clear lens filter.
Yeah, so the other thing is that even if you can't specifically do something, you can use the rest of the crew in your description. So if you wanted to use perception to tell somebody what to do,
which track?
Yeah, that's something you can do.
Don't do that because that's my role.
Are we able to assist on these?
Hell no.
No. Skills challenges you can't assist on, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Yep. Otherwise, everybody
I'm sure
would
you could roll
assist.
without perception.
Uh,
I don't want Elias to explode. But
is it considered common knowledge to tell you what the things that I'm trained in for this?
Yeah, you guys can talk about that.
Okay,
also, just so you know, it would totally be nature to do some cool fucking pressure point bullshit.
I mean, that was my other choice. So
Mm-hmm.
as long as you leave nature or perception open to me, I'm good.
we can't hit both, so.
Well, yeah. So okay, do whatever you want then.
All right. All right, Guy. I'm gonna kind of go into the crew room here. Which track do you guys usually take when you go this route? Is there anyone?
We don't usually
generally.
So, yes. Tony is currently on the controls and drunk. He goes, "We don't usually go on this route."
At
least he's
all right.
calm.
Let me see if I can get a good view.
All right.
I'm going to try and roll perception. I'm going to see if I can see anything that would be blocking the tracks in front of us.
Alrighty.
See if there's anything, if there's like a knocked over train car or any, like it's so far away I won't be able to tell.
You guys are getting up close, so yes, there are things. There's tons of things. Like there's about 10 different tracks that you could be on, and about 70% of those have a train stopped on them.
Okay. So, all right. I'm going to go ahead and roll perception and see if I can call out anything that's in front of us.
Okay.
Call it out to John up above. All right. And I have a 10
Yeah,
perception.
to John and Casey.
I rolled a fucking 1.
You already used your action point this last combat, didn't you?
Yeah, I rolled a fucking 1. Like,
Panic.
Ooh. I was joking. I joked about that time we failed 3 times in a row.
Here it comes.
Haha, wouldn't it be funny if we lost this? As a joke.
Bracket, panic,
Oh, no.
bracket.
I'm trying my hardest to look out there, but I can't see shit.
So, yeah, you look out there, but then you realize, man, what does the train switching thing look like? Wait, do I know anything about trains? And as you're contemplating, just searching back in your knowledge for, what do I know about trains? Right? You guys just hop onto one of the tracks here, right?
Uh-oh.
You see in front of you, about, 400 meters ahead, maybe? Well, that's too far, actually. About, 200 meters ahead, there is a train stopped on the tracks, on the track that you're now barreling down.
So we got like
Shit.
10 seconds.
Yeah.
Will
Something
there be
like that.
Opportunity to change tracks.
Potentially.
Okay.
Like 5 to 10 seconds at most.
Yeah. It's almost like that's about, 2 rounds of a skill thing.
Huh, that lines up pretty well, doesn't it?
What's Phantom up to now?
Yeah.
Since I totally abandoned him.
So,
I'm still fighting this dude. Or about to start fighting.
Did you ever yell out that his fucking car was a bomb?
No, I was inside the train.
Nice.
I don't know it's a bomb.
Nice. Alrighty.
Oh my
So
God,
what are you
it
gonna
was.
do to disable this car and then get back on the train, presumably?
Well, okay. What I'm thinking is I'm gonna roll nature to punch the fuck out of this guy. I'm gonna look for.
I mean,
Well, he's a gnoll, right?
yeah.
So I'm gonna use my knowledge of gnoll physiology to target his like pressure points, weak points, all that's good stuff, and try and disable him.
All right. How are you gonna deal with the? Are you just disabling him and then like gonna jump off the car? Or are you gonna try and disable the car while you're at it too?
I understand. It's not like I'm completely ignorant as to how cars work, right?
No. Yeah, you know that you gotta take out the driver if you want the thing to stop chasing you.
Well, but if I take out the driver, I'm going to be stuck off of the train.
Unless you jump back on or something.
Wouldn't that be another roll?
Nah, not necessarily.
Okay, so I'm gonna try and disable the driver.
It might be if you somehow comes all the way back around to you, which is literally
can't.
impossible.
Yeah, it can't come back around to me. So what I want to do is I'm gonna use. Okay, if I'm successful, then I'm gonna use nature as to disable the gnoll, and then since I've been driving alongside the train, I should be able to see the correct switch, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I will disable the gnoll, jump back onto the train, and call out the correct switch. Is that reasonable?
You can see the
much?
correct switch.
Yeah, that's a bit too much. If you want to try and disable the car and then send it somewhere, that would be fairly reasonable.
Okay, so I'll try and disable the car and then send it into the right switch.
What's the right switch? You don't know shit about trains.
Okay, well then I'm just gonna try and disable the car. I guess.
Okay.
And hop back onto the train. But this is the last success, isn't it?
No.
Oh, it's not? Oh, okay. Then
It's
somebody
not.
else can find the right switch.
We need one more.
Okay.
This is going to go
I'm
well.
going to try and disable the null with nature.
Just pop him right in the weak spot.
Pop.
Yep.
Just
That's
pop.
his groin.
Okay. That's not going to work. That's
What did it come up to?
16 total.
16 total?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
You don't have any other things? Alrighty.
No, I don't.
So.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean for it to end
My
like
rolls
this.
are garbage, dude.
Okay, so you're in your fight. You take out the knoll that you're getting in this hand-to-hand altercation with. He's just swinging wildly. It's child's play to just compound fracture here, break some ribs here, box his nose in, send him over, right? However, while you're in the middle of that fight, the glass behind, the glass pane in the back of the cab just busts out. You see a small, sawn-off shotgun reach back.
Oh, shit.
Right? And you just need to get the hell out of there before this guy blows your head off. So as the shots ring out and his buddy falls back, you have to just scamper back up onto the train as this Knoll driving the car now looks directly at you and is leveling his gun at you, and he's got one hand on the wheel, one hand pointing his gun at you, and he's still following.
Oh, okay.
Alrighty, next up, John.
Next up, John. So we're about to plow through a train, yeah?
You're about to plow through a train. The large Doom truck behind you is starting to slow down a bit, seemingly in anticipation of you guys crashing. Right?
Mm-hmm. So,
however, a couple of the small raiders are still just on your tail, making sure that you can't hit the brakes.
okay.
All right.
So,
what you doing?
I'm going to get out my cross. I'm going to hold it up in front of the train. The path of the righteous is level. You, O Lord, make the way of the righteous smooth. And I'm going to roll religion, and 23.
Nice.
Okay.
Alrighty. So, you say that, you hear, it start to ring a little bit, a resonance, right? Just a...
And we smash into the train.
Right? So, you guys come up to the train, everybody is bracing for impact, presumably except for John.
Except for John.
Right? And then
so cool.
You slam into the train, but you just see something just split the train right down the center.
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
You just see this wedge of light in front of your cowcatcher just going straight up, and the train just splits straight down the center, going down across on both sides. You guys? Right?
Uh-huh.
As you just plow right through the entirety of the train. Just carve it, but right as you get to the end, it fizzles just a little bit. Right? And you guys are now driving through. However, upon seeing that you cleared the debris, that truck behind you just slams on the gas. You see a pillar of flame come out of one of the exhausts on the top. And you hear him shout out something, and you see the truck is about to swerve into you guys.
Oh, fuck.
So,
it's all up to Raoul.
It's all up to Jerry.
Man, how all of these plot points resolve themselves in one turn.
Alright, so seeing this, I'm going to reach into my jacket.
Mm-hmm.
I'll pull out my trusty chain. And I'm going to try and do multiple things here, so...
What you trying to do here?
And essentially attach the chain. I can see the propane tanks, right? On that
Probably.
On that truck.
Maybe.
I'm gonna try and throw some fire on my chain. Well, attach the chain to the propane tanks, and kind of like use my magic to get like a little fuse going on it.
Light it up before it smashes into you guys?
Yeah, light it up, and then maybe, if it's possible, swing it into the semi.
Alright, let's see how you roll.
Alright, I think that's going to be Arcana.
Did you roll Arcana last time?
I rolled Arcana the first
Yeah, he rolled Bluff last time.
Okay, yeah, then you're good.
Alright, so here we go.
Final roll!
That's going to be a 20 in total, motherfucker.
Exact scenes.
Boy, she pops.
So what, you rolled a fucking 10 and plus your 10?
No, I rolled 11 plus 9.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez.
Jerry saves the fucking day.
So,
genuine relief.
So, you whip your chain out of the window. It wraps around the propane tank. You just see fire come out of Giron's hand and travel down the chain, just full on Ghost Rider at this point.
Nice.
Melt through the propane, and then you just the truck explodes, flips over. It launches the back tires up into the air, flips over onto the roof, and just skids to a halt. As you now see the large semi behind you slam onto the brakes, right? The front of it starts to, turn, since the drivetrain or whatever isn't quite stable. Everything, it just screeches to a halt, and you see the bugbear guy at the top shouting some things down at his crew, but his crew doesn't seem to want to go with him anymore. So, as you guys go through this switching station now, the rest of the way is mostly clear. You're going to,
cheering, hooting, hollering once again.
You're going to see, Molly come up to the front of the train, grab Tony, right? Just grab, throw off of the controls, sit down. She's going to grab Casey as he's coming down the window, kind of throw him into the side seat, get on the comms, and just... That was ridiculously reckless. You all risked your lives horrifically when we could have just fought them, and I couldn't be more proud. Good work, guys. Click. And with that, that'll do it for this episode.
Oh yeah.
Alright, so that was episode 11 of Revival, a Dungeons & Dragons Real Play podcast.
Fun times.
My name's Tad. You can find me on the normal podcast, Let Me Tell You About. You can find us on the Twitters at Let Me Tell You PD.
And you can find Matt at MattPitts_.
You can find me at PulpFan69. It's just a bunch of weeb talk. But I guess if people want to start talking about the podcast more, I'm also open to that.
Oh, the official email is letmetellyyouabout@gmail.com. That's Let Me Tell You About, but with 3 T's, because otherwise it wouldn't fit. So,
if you have any questions, comments, or if you would like one of your comments to be read out in-game, write it in-universe, directed towards Jerry as a watcher of the show, send those on over that way, and I'll reply when I can. If you got any world questions that I can answer, stuff like that.
Also, we all are hanging out in the official Discord, which will be in the description of all the episodes on YouTube and all of the episodes that I put up on iTunes. So you can hop in there, and we're usually in there running around, getting outdoor shenanigans.
Hell yeah. And I think that'll more or less do it for this time, as you guys peel off into the night.